Hey guys, it's Chris, and this episode we're going to be talking about a question that often gets asked once in a while through my email, and that is how to properly dropship. Now, for those of you that do know what dropshipping is all about, fantastic. I want to go a little bit more into the meat of it, and for those of you that do not know what dropshipping is, basically it means this. If you have a retail online store, or you're planning on creating one, more power to you, keep on bringing that new business around. Fantastic. But usually what ends up happening in a retail type of sense, if you're selling something online, you have to find a wholesaler and then buy in bulk, whatever that product might be, and you have to probably buy quantities of 12, 20, 10, 50, whatever the case might be. And if you have an online business, most likely you have all that product stuck away in your garage, and you're praying at night that that sells, which could be very stressful, and quite frankly, a lot of businesses go under that way. The best way of approaching this is getting involved with a dropshipper. Now, before you put pause onto this video and go onto Google and see what dropshipping is all about and trying to get a dropshipper, a big word of caution. Do not get involved with a dropshipper. Get involved with the companies that are offering, that you're going to be carrying the product. And I'll get to that in a moment. But let me just go back to what dropshipping is all about. Dropshipping is basically a service where you are getting involved, partnering up with a wholesaler that is categorized in the product that you want to sell that is based on your site. So for example, if you're in the wedding business, you're going to deal with wedding wholesalers. If you're in the book business, you're going to be dealing with publishers, et cetera, et cetera. And then basically what you do is you form a relationship, you sign the contracts, you give them your tax ID number, business certificate, all that good stuff. And then in turn, they're going to send you over all the stock photos of their product along with descriptions and their wholesale price and their suggested retail price. So you have everything there. The key thing about it is that when you put, trust me, you're going to get hundreds upon hundreds of products that they'll send you over. It used to be sent over in a disk. Nowadays with technology, they'll just kind of zip file you all these images and descriptions. And from there, you cherry pick what products you want to sell, and then you put them onto your site. Now, the great thing about it is you're not buying in bulk. What you're doing in turn is this. If someone comes to your site and likes a particular product that you sell, they'll go ahead and purchase it from your site. And then basically what you do is you get that information, you get you do the transaction, and then you go to the wholesaler of that particular product. You give them the information, you pay the wholesaler the wholesale price to that image, and then in turn, they send it out to that particular customer. Done. Easy. No worrying at night, no stressful, like what am I gonna do with all these 300 products in my garage? None of that. That is gone. The key thing is about that is you have to be cautious on how that program works. And I'll get to that in a minute, but let me backtrack in regards to don't go onto Google, type in dropship, dropshipper, and then automatically pick the first guy, because the key thing is to a person that goes under the name or a business of a dropshipper pretty much dropships everything. Video games, books, sneakers, glasses, you name it. Totally buyer beware. Don't even go that way, because the key factor of it is the wholesale price that they're going to charge you is technically the retail price. It's a scam. Do not go with it. It does sound, they'll really kind of paint their site really well, these people made so much money, et cetera, et cetera. That's just as good as watching a 2 a.m. infomercial. Stay away. So by doing that, do it the proper way. So let's go down bare basics. Let's go down bare bones. Let me tell you exactly how to do it. All right, let's go. You're starting a new business, right? You want to get yourself a reputable guy that will do your website. Or you can go into an eBay store, which I would definitely recommend, or an Amazon store where the templates and the construction of your retail website is pretty much very user-friendly, and you're piggybacking on top of these big giants, online giants, and your stuff will show up gradually in the search engines from Yahoo, Google, Bing, the list goes on and on, quite rapidly as opposed to creating your own website. That's one thing. And I'll get to eBay stores and Amazon in a moment. Next, tax ID, business certificate. You get that, you set up your bank accounts under your business, etc., etc. So the bare bones of business 101. At that particular point, you got to obviously know before you do this what kind of business you're going to be in. You know what I mean? You're going to be a gift store online. Are you going to be a wedding store? You're going to be a bookstore? You're going to be a video game store? Whatever you're going to be, figure it out. And then find out online who is having trade shows. Now I'm going to tell you right off the bat, the key mecca of all trade shows is the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. They host a wide array of different types of trade shows. So whatever it might be that you're interested in as far as creating a business under a retail business, you can go to these trade shows. There are thousands upon thousands of different types of wholesalers. So I would just recommend this. If you're planning on doing that as far as going to New York City and going to the Jacob Javits Center for whatever trade show that you're going to, definitely stay there 3 or 4 days. I'm telling you that from professional experience. Because if you try to do it all in one day, you're going to get really kind of fatigued mentally, and you're going to rush, and you're going to miss a lot of cool things, and you're just going to pick up catalogs for the sake of picking up catalogs. What you want to do is ultimately do about 2 or 3 days in New York City and take your time in regards to, really cherry picking what brands you want to pick up. Pick up quality brands. That's all I'm going to tell you. Don't pick up cheap brands, because ultimately, I'm not talking about, you're not going to get the Gucci or Versace of your industry, but you want to go at least in the middle tier, okay? And at that particular point, once you figure out who you want, you're going to, you go there, they're going to give you catalogs, and they're going to talk to you. The first thing they're going to ask is this: do you drop ship? If they say yes, fantastic. And you ask them how that process works through them. If they tell you, no, we don't, move on. Keep on walking. Go to the next guy. I will tell you right now, you're going to find more people that are going to be able to drop ship, because of the way that the world is today in a tech world, and everyone pretty much, for the most part, shops online. I'll be shocked if at least 90% doesn't drop ship. You're going to at least have at least 95% that will drop ship. I have that pretty much guaranteed, I would assume. The key thing about it is once you do, you collect all that information, you come back to your home office, or you back to your house, or wherever the case might be that you have your business, and you're going to go through those catalogs. Once you figure out of those, you might have brought back from that trade show 50 catalogs, and I'll guarantee you out of the 50, you might go with about 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 of them, and that's a lot. And from those 5, you call up the reps of those particular companies, and then in turn, you set up an account. You either set up a net 30 account, which means they'll bill you every 30 days for product, or you set up a dropship program. So the key thing about it, however your finances are, that's the thing you can determine. The best way on doing it is as you, as someone purchases something from your website, you go ahead and pay the wholesaler. Boom, right there, bang, 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 so you don't have any kind of worry in regards to anything financially that you owe anybody anything in regards to the product that you sell. Now, here you are. You have your wholesalers. You have your product. They're going to send you the images. Again, cherry pick from the images what you think will be probably the best attractive things to put onto your site, and then go ahead and start selling. Now let's backtrack once again. Let's go back to those eBay stores, those Amazon stores. If you're not a person that knows how to create a website and you're going to hire a professional to do that, that's fantastic. They can make some amazing websites. The factor of it is when you have an online store, you want to constantly update with new product, new promotions, et cetera, and sometimes these people are not reliable, or sometimes they are reliable, but they're going to charge you an arm and a leg in order to do it. So that's where eBay stores and Amazon stores come into play. They will charge you a monthly payment to have your eBay store up there, or your Amazon store. $19 a month, $29, $30, depends on the tier that you want. It's still 10 times more affordable. Plus it's a write-off. Don't forget that. The templates to creating your store are very user-friendly. It is point, click, drag, drop, that type of stuff. And on top of it, like I mentioned, you are on a piggy bank of these big juggernauts. because the factor of it is, obviously, Amazon, eBay's of the world, they're all over the place. And with that being said, once you put your product on their sites by having a store associated with them, your product will show up a lot quicker. The factor of it is, as far as the literature of each product, that's been provided. So that's great. You don't have to kind of think up everything, as far as anything, witty or clever on what to write on the title. They know exactly, as far as your wholesalers, what to put up there. The other thing I want to tell you is, as far as your wholesale and your retail price. So wholesale, you'll know what it is. Suggested retail is what they want you to put it up there for. Now, can you go under it? A lot of these wholesalers will not allow that, because if you do that, they see it as you're cheapening the product. For example, if you have a wholesale product of $12, ultimately the retail price of that is $24. Now, do you sell that product at $12? No. And try to get a $2 profit? Absolutely not. Will the wholesaler let you do that? No. If they find out about it, will they stop their relationship with you? Most likely. You do not want to ruin their integrity in that regard. So, with that being said, $12 wholesale, $24 suggested retail. What if I go $23? Is that cool? Yeah, that will pass. They'll consider it as a sale. The one thing you want to do is do your research on the products too. See who else is selling it and see what they're selling it for. And then by that, kind of, cost cut them a little bit. That way it causes the business to flow a lot quicker. The other thing to be aware of, as far as marketing and all that, definitely use your social media, your Facebooks, your Instagrams, your Twitters, Snapchats, or whatever. Utilize that to point and direct back to that store. That's something that is in another video, but it is simply marketing 101, and it's very cost effective, especially on Facebook. Facebook, as I always said, is very at scale right now. It's associated. Instagram is part of their business as well. So your ads will be shown on both those platforms. So definitely look into that. Again, that's a different video in itself. The other thing you want to double check with your wholesaler when it comes to dropship is, do they drop ship internationally? Now, if they do, you got to figure out what that shipping price is, because that shipping price has to be paid via the customer, your customer, right? So you want to know that if they're drop shipping domestically, what is the kind of like the fixed rate on shipping? So that way you know what to charge your customer. Now, if it's international, if they do decide to go international, they can ship internationally for you. You got to find out what the turnaround time is, because keep in mind, guys, wherever your product gets sent to internationally, and I used to be honest with you, way before I did what I currently do, is we used to have an online wedding store, and we used to ship all around the world using our website and an eBay platform, which those two things were an amazing thing. I'm to this day surprised that we stopped doing that. I'm kind of regretting that as we're talking about this. But the factor of it is first of all, if they do ship internationally, what is the fee and what is the turnaround? Because a lot of these countries, their postage system or the courier system is much different than ours. Some are quick, some are very, very slow. We're talking about something that should have been there in 1 week, doesn't show up there until 4 weeks. So you really got to figure that out, and you got to find out the price in regards to the shipping. Now, on the other hand, let's say they say no, we don't. We do drop ship domestically and to Canada, but we don't ship internationally, even though Canada is considered international in some cases. The factor of it is that's fine. What they'll do is, what we can suggest, we'll send it to you, and then you can ship it out, which is fine. Again, you have to calculate your shipping cost. You don't want to shortchange yourself, because you'll find yourself paying more for shipping, and then whatever profit you made on the product that you sold, you just lost. So you basically sent a product to somebody on the other side of the planet, and you really kind of made maybe cents to a dollar. You don't want to be in that position, okay? The other thing that you have to research is customs forms. Really, really important. So, let's say your dropshipper or your wholesaler does not send internationally, they're going to send it to you. You're going to take that product, you're going to open up the box, you're going to take your invoice out, you're going to repackage it or into a new box, go to the post office, and then you have to fill out customs forms. Two things about that. You have to document what's in the box, what it is, you know, it's for business, whatever you want it to do. And you got to find out if the person that is receiving their product is going to pay a customs fee. The ways of the world have changed drastically, and that's something that is essential to know. Because if you find out that your recipient is going to be paying a customs fee, I would probably suggest nowadays do not drop ship internationally, because you are going to piss off that customer. So don't do it. That's the one key thing I will tell you to avoid. Just ship domestically, okay? So, and then if your store picks up steam and you want to carry something completely separate, you know, these sites as far as eBay stores and Amazon stores, or even if you want to create it on your own website, can do subcategory stores, and that way you can kind of grow your little empire into to other products. Again, keep one thing in mind, guys, as it is with business, and it doesn't matter what kind of form it is, unless you're extremely lucky, these things do not happen overnight. Do not get discouraged if you don't start selling product until like maybe 20 days down the road, a month, 2 months. Keep it as a side hobby, keep it as a side hustle, and in that regard, it will grow in itself. It has to establish itself as far as an SEO into the search engines of the platform that you're using, as well as the search engines out there. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to give you that common sense view of it. So do not align yourself with a drop shipper. You align yourself with the wholesalers that are carrying that one particular product that is part of your industry, okay? So you want to get your business ID number, your business certificate, your tax ID number, depending on what you want to do as far as a website. We'll figure out obviously what you want to be as a business, and either hire somebody to do your website, but keep in mind that your site has to be updated, so check out what the fees are to that website webmaster, or associate yourself with eBay or Amazon stores, and I would probably suggest either or out of the three. And then go to trade shows, collect as many catalogs, ask a lot of questions, see if they drop ship. If they do, fantastic. See what their services are with that, internationally, domestically. If they do not drop ship, keep on moving. So that's the key thing I got to tell you in that regard. And again, don't shortchange the product. Don't ruin the integrity of your wholesaler. That's really, really key, because you don't want to cause a bad rift. And again, by not only causing bad rifts with your wholesalers and your relationships, you don't want to cause a bad rift with your customers if you go higher. Don't price gouge either, or being unfair on the shipping price or what have you, because today's world with review sites, they will really crucify you. So treat them well, they will treat you well, and just study really well in regards to the program and how the services are, and never ever ever shy away from seeing what the competitors are doing too. So that way it gives you a little bit of an idea. So guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening. Always subscribe. If you have comments, definitely put them below, and related to any kind of, if you're looking to start a business or being a future entrepreneur, or even if you have currently a business and you don't know how certain things work, definitely put it in the comments. I'll look at it, and if so, I'll definitely reply to you and maybe make it into a video itself. So again, guys, thank you for watching, for me taking a little moment of your time. Please like this video, as I think it would be very vital. It's a great tool for a lot of people to know starting out in business. Thanks so much. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.